Hey everyone, so today I'm doing something a little bit different, which is I'm not going to do a how to play, and I'm not really going to do a strategy. What I'm going to do is try and weigh in on the discussion which came up on BGG, or has been up on BGG, I should say, but my husband and I were chatting about it this week, and that is, there's this question about whether it's actually possible to play a game of Castles of Burgundy and fill your entire player mat. Now, this is challenging because there are 37 spaces here on the board, and you're going to have a total of 50 actions that you can take based on the dice that you roll. And, you can only build out from where you currently have a tile placed in, so there's a certain order which you have to build out the tiles in. And then each round, there's only certain tiles again which are available. And I'm going to use the beginner mat just for simplicity. Who knows, maybe it's possible with this mat, but not with others. I don't think I'll get there, but I'm going to be doing this in essence by kind of simulating gameplay, but sort of cheating, because I'm not actually going to roll the dice. I'm just simply going to do my best to do an optimized run through of picking tiles that I think will get me as far along as possible to actually reach the full potential of my map here. And then, of course, I have to actually do that for the second player as well, because though there are, for a two-player game, 16 tiles, which will be available for each round that is played. Again, hopefully you're familiar with the game if you're watching this video. 8 of those can go to me, 8 of those could go to my opponent. Well, maybe some more could go to me, and maybe my opponent would, sell some goods or do something. So I think the best way, I've been thinking about this, I think the easiest way is actually to play out my entire turn and give the crap to my opponent. That sounds good, right? I think that sounds good. So let's try that. So I'm going to semi-set up the board game, I think, or the main game board here, I think. And I do have my goods here, because who knows, maybe I will want to spend some silverlings. But again, I'm going to maximize my good production and my good collection insofar as I can, because again, we're just trying to find a single possible pathway through to filling this entire character mat. Now, at this point, I will say it could get a little bit boring here. It might be pretty boring to watch this video, so you actually might want to just skip towards the end of the video once I get closer to filling it. Maybe I'll even skip it, who knows? Maybe this will all get edited out. And see how close I've gotten. And, if you don't believe it, you can go back and watch the rest of the video, right? So I think it's going to be easiest to mark out the turns that I've taken using the goods. But again, I'm not going to care too much about what the color of goods are, because I can always pretend that I've gone back and modified those goods. All right, so let's see. If I do a first roll of a 5 and a 4, I could take this mine here, place it in. Look, filling my board already. 1 turn in, gives me the mine. If I do that's for the first turn, so I'll throw it where I took my mine from. For my second turn, if I do a 4 to take this ship and a 5, I just had that, didn't I? Place another ship in here. I technically would go up on this one, and I would also technically get to pick out a good, so I will do that. Again, this is keeping track for me over here anyways. So I think for my next turn, I'm going to try and get going on a city, and I think that I need cities that are going to either give me tiles onto my board or let me play tiles so that I can save one of my dice actions. So I think a good one to have, at least at the start, might be this guy here, which would let me draw another city tile. So if I drew a 6, for instance, that tile would come from here. Oh, and how am I going to mark that I've taken the right number of cities off here? I guess I'm limited to placing 1, 2, 3, 4 cities a turn. So this city is coming off here with my 6, and I will place it in with a 3 for my second turn. Oh, look, see, I'm already losing track here already. This is turn 3. Oh, no, I've done that. Okay, I've placed it in. Right? 1, 2, 3. Cool. So, and then I will now get to pull another city tile from off the board with the help of this one, which will add an extra city into here for me. And I think that I will take a church. Again, I got to be cautious that I don't double build on my buildings here. put 2 of the same kinds of buildings in the city here as well. All right, so that's my 3rd turn. For my 4th turn, so this can go out as a 4th turn, I'm going to build my church with my first roll. So I'm going to do a 3. I'll place that here. And then with the free action, I think I'll take this one here and place that in. And then maybe for my 2nd roll, I'll keep that 6 again, and I'll place this here, which gives me a free action. So I think for my free action, I will try and take a bonus victory tile from this segment here, and that goes into my player spot here. Awesome. So I'm still basically 1 action ahead, thanks to this guy here. Well, 2 actions ahead. 1, 2, 3, 3 actions ahead, really. All right, we're doing good. All right, next move. This goes out, signifying my 5th turn here. What shall we do with this one? Well, I think first things first, we should put my bonus tile in, I suppose. Well, hang on here. I think if I actually built this one, so I could take this one with 1 of my dice. So say that that had been in the number 1 slot here. Again, I've only taken 2 buildings of my possible 4 in a turn. And if I place this one in, so hey, that would have been a snake eyes roll. That one will let me play one of my guys here in here. So that makes for a pretty good first turn. So first turn summary, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tiles of our 37 tiles in. We scored, some victory points here for the round anyways. It would have been equivalent of 11 victory points. May as well pop those on. I don't know if I'll keep up with that. And we go on to round 2. Okay, so I'd actually just started trying to fill in this guy's, but honestly, it might be a little bit too puzzly, at least for a first attempt, because I think no matter what, this guy's got other actions he could take. I mean, he can always discard his dice for workers. He can always ship away his goods. There technically is at least 1 more building available for him. There is at least 1 bonus tile. I mean, I only took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tiles, which means that I took 7 of the 8 that were available for me that round, which means he would have had 9 to choose from. So certainly there would have been lots to populate this guy that I actually think I don't need to worry about this factor. I could be wrong. Maybe that's opening a can of worms for discussion. But I'm going to let you guys talk about that. And I'm going to move on and take turn 2. Okay, turn 2. I think I'm going to first things first. So actually I had these kind of ready over here. Turn 2, I'm going to focus on my mine going in first. So picked it up with a 5, placed it in with a 1. I now have 2 mines, which is pretty sweet. I'm going to do another ship because I think that's also an easy one to focus on here. So I'll put a ship in there. So that would have been my 2nd turn again. Just kind of copycatting myself there. And so now for my next turn again, now I built this in. That means I can place 2 of the same types of buildings in. So I'm actually, I think, going to build exactly the same building. So of my first building, I could now have built this in, which lets me take another building, and I could take a church again. And I could, so when I take this building and place it in on my turn, that would have been this turn here. So let's say I've taken a building from number 6. Boy, don't get ahead of yourself, Sydney, or you're going to lose track and nobody's going to believe you. Right, so now next turn, so placing in, so this is the second half of this turn because I would get to take a building, put it in. It'd be the next turn, place it in, get to put it in for a 6. I now get to draw 1, and that would have been 1 die spent here. You guys are keeping track of this for me too, right? And I get to pull another green one. Yeah, I guess I could do a green one. It's a free action, right? I'll be able to put it in on the next turn. So that was the first turn. So second half of that turn would be to place this one in with a 5 in this case. And now I get a free action, so I can pull something off. Maybe I'll pull off a double silverling and pay for the mine that would have been in the center here. All right. Oh, so I get to place it here. It doesn't get to go in yet. Oh my, when you're trying to play like this, it's crazy. You guys should try this just as a brain buster of keeping track. Practice your focusing skills. All right, last turn. This would go out somewhere, randomly distribute it. For my last turn, I'll place my mine in for 3. And then I will do another building, I think. So I think I will, for variety, I should do some variety here, right? You guys want to see variety. I think I'll build the bank. Where are you, bank? There we go. Here's the bank. So I will have taken that for my second last turn. So actually, again, you'll note that I was able to build 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 buildings. So almost as many. It almost seems strange, right? Does that seem strange? Oh, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, I did 7 again. Great. I just did an extra mine instead of doing a yellow that round. And I've got this guy lined up for next round. So let's move on. Round 3. So I've got my 3 silverlings for my mine, which, so now to play this one in, I actually would be getting 2 silverlings for playing it in, which I will do for my first turn. I'll take a 3. I would have scored some really nice victory points here. 15 plus 6 on the current round, 21 points. That's pretty sweet. For my second die, I think I'll take, I think another church would actually go really well about now. You can obviously see which ones you would need if you were trying to fill your board. This is kind of a good exercise to think about it this way, actually. So that would have been with my second die on the first turn. First die displayed in, second die was to take this guy out of here. So one of the 4 buildings is gone so far in this round. All right, round 2. We'll just mark that there. Round 2, we would place in a church. Could put it here, I suppose. That would be my first turn. It's a 2, and lets me take a green one in. And then for my second turn, half of that turn, put the green one in here, which give me a free action. And perhaps I'll take a ship for that. Again, I care about moving tiles off this board onto my board above all else. It'd be amazing if my victory points actually turn out really well in the end, wouldn't it? All right, which I guess they kind of have to. If you fill your entire board, you're going to score all the victory points for all these different domains. Okay, third turn. Play a ship in here for 1. And I think we need to get back to focusing on buildings because they got to get stuff off for me. So I think I'm going to try and pick up one of the farms here. So I need another city tile. So I guess that would be like rolling a 3. Look at that. It's a 3. All right. Take this one off of here potentially. So that would be my second building tile for the round that comes off the board. Again, I got this one last time. That's my 3. I would have to roll again. So this would be the 4th round. And want to throw this one in. So I need to roll a 3. Would let me draw off an animal. We're finally adding animals. Welcome, animals. All right. Roll a 2. Throw some animals on here. Score some big points, right? Not bad. All right, that's the end of that. 5th one of the 3rd round. So how are we doing overall? Well, okay, let's finish this one, and then we'll take a full assessment of what percentage of this board we've kind of covered. All right, so yellow. I've got 1, 2 yellows available that I could take. So maybe I will what will give me some yellow? A church. I need another church, guys. I'll take it from here for the last turn, right? It's the last turn. Okay. 4, draw the church. Oh, and interestingly, all the churches are now out. You have no churches, my friend. Oh, you do. You stole one of my churches. You stole my church. Well, I guess he needs some redeeming quality over there, right? All right, onwards. Church. Pulled it off for a 4. Going to put it on for I'll put it on for a 5. Because you could almost pretend that I didn't have this one, except for here. And that required a 5. And I would get to draw off a yellow one for the end of that round. Let's do this. That would be the end of the 3rd. So, okay, so how are we doing overall? We've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 out of 37. So we are actually more than 50% of the board through with 3 turns having been played. Actually, this is really tight. When I was betting with John, I was like, come on, it's totally possible there's enough moves. But maybe there's not. I'm not so sure anymore. Okay, let's find out. I've got 10 turns here basically left. Times 2 die rolls, 20? Yeah, it should be possible. If all I do is put things on, it should be possible. I think so. I think it's possible, guys. Okay, especially because we can buy stuff, right? Okay, I would get 3 more silverlings. There we go. I got tons of money here. I should just buy whatever I want. Money is power. Okay, yellows. Yellows for turn 4. Let's do some yellows. So we'll put this here. Okay, first turn. I'd like something to help me put in yellows and fill my cities at the same time. So I'm going to pay 2 silverlings for my first turn. So this can be any die. I'll have bought this out of the middle. I'll play it in with a 6. And that will let me play in this yellow one simultaneously. Awesome. First turn. Second turn. I can do 2 more cities. I think I'd like to almost do something similar. So I could take a second city. So this would come out of the middle. Or not out of the middle, out of off a proper spot on the board. So I've got 4 cities left I can take. So let's say I took that with a 4. I'll place it in with a 4. Place it here. Oh, sorry, I don't want to do that quite yet. I want to take another one off. I'll take my final city off, I guess, which would be, I could roll a 1 for that. What will be my final city? I guess I need more ships, so I could take another set of farmland. All right, so I took 2 cities for that turn. 2 of the 4 available, but actually I'm not going to need cities the rest of the game, so that's pretty cool. All right, it's going to be a focus on animals. Maybe I should have diversified. You might find at this point, I'm already thinking about it, it's almost better if I had diversified because how many animals are actually going to be available each round for the remainder, right? So I got to be kind of careful about that. And was that the second turn? Okay, I'm not quite sure if that actually would have been my second turn, which means one of these should have gone out. I think it was. So if anything, I'm definitely a turn ahead. But look at that, I did manage to lose track in the end. All right, placing this one in here, which will let me simultaneously, so that cost me 4, which will simultaneously let me place this one, which will let me simultaneously draw off one of the available ships. So with my second die, I'll do a 2 to place a ship here. That'd be my 2 die rolls. This one has to go out. Let's go again. So there are no more ships here. So I think let's do the 2 animals that should be available. This should have got replenished from earlier. Oh, we're looking for chickens. Look, chickens just happened to show up. Again, totally in control here, aren't we? Put a 3. Take this off. Place it in for a 1. And it's in. Next turn. Do the same thing, but it looks like we're getting cattle. Would have rolled a 6 here. And hey, why not another 6? Put that here. And last turn out, I should be doing yellows. So a yellow would have come in from a dice roll, and a yellow would have gone out from a dice roll. There's 1, or a double 2s. Pull a 2, put in a 2. And there's that there. Oh dear, we're on the last round. I don't know that it's possible. How could we have fallen behind? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh dear. So in this case, I failed. I didn't manage to fill this entire game board. Looks like we will have to start again, and I think the key will be diversifying earlier on. So, and having these guys, instead of pulling me city tiles, which actually come out in greater quantities, instead of doing that, having them pull me some more of the animal tiles and some more of the yellow. So I just need a bit more diversity rather than focusing on one versus the other. But I think this pretty much, I still feel it's actually pretty good proof that you can fill the game board. Because like I said, if I'm only 1 yellow tile here, we'll play the last one out, right? This is the way it would go. So the way this would go is on my first turn, so again, there would have been 2 animal tiles out here. I would have pretended that there was an animal tile in the central black depot. I don't care about city tiles. There would have been 2 ship tiles out. So I would have taken 1 turn, would have been ship tile. Oh no, because I'm more than 5 out. That would have been 1 turn. Second turn would have had to be another ship, because I don't have any cities to help me out anymore. So that would have been the second turn, be for my second ship. Third turn would have been purchasing, animals and putting in animals. Fourth turn would have been more animals. And fifth turn would have been, you could say, final animals. Yeah, it would have been not just 1 turn. I would have been 3 yellow tiles short of filling up my entire game board. So maybe that's not proof. I guess the mystery remains. Perhaps I will see if I can do it. And if I can, I'll make another video. And if I can't, then you'll at least know that I'm not the one to have proved that you can. Well, you guys comment. Let me know. Did I miss something? Do I get that extra turn back? I mean, I thought I was 1 turn ahead. I guess that's still leaving me with 2 yellow ones. Yeah, I'm out of ideas here. You guys will have to tell me what you think, and I guess the debate will have to rage on for now. And until it gets settled, we'll see you next time.